Hello there, my name is Valerie White Williams and I'm a voice teacher and a vocal coach for Vocal Splendor Studios. Today I'm doing another reaction video, and this time I'm reacting to one of my favorite singers growing up. I think he's completely underrated. That is Jarreau, and he's performing Take 5, 1976. Let's have a listen.
Perfect for my first album. We'd like to do something different for you now.
I'm going to pause. I think Al has not gotten credit for he was one of the guys that really started doing beatboxing. I can't say for sure that he invented it, but he certainly made it really popular before the whole rap thing happened. This is 1976.
This sometimes if the words and music get a little bit, words and music get a little bit mixed together, and you don't know quite what to say. Except that I want to take about it. I used to visit this girl who lived not too far from me in Milwaukee. I was working in the breweries. And I go up and every morning I would walk by her house, and she'd be sitting on the front, sitting out on the sitting on sewing. One morning I said, "Hey, I'd like to want to talk to you. Come just a little bit. Come here. I want to whisper this. Because her mother was there. Whisper.
He's so funny.
Listen. Can you count on? Would you take a little bit of time? I wanted to think. Could you take a little bit of time, baby? Could you take a little bit, just a little bit, wee little bit? Could you take a little bit of time? Take it like a 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Now won't you stop and take a little time out with me? Well, just take 5. You stop your busy day and take the time out to see that I'm alive. Although I'm going out on my way just so I can pay for each day. Not a single word do we say. It's a pantomime out of time, still I know our lies out for me. Half a tingles down to my feet when your smile goes much too discreet. It said me on my way. Now wouldn't it be better not to be so polite? Well, you look good, offer a light. You start a little conversation now, it's alright when you take it 5. Yeah.
Goodness, I have never seen this before, so I'm reacting to this truthfully. I did hear the album that was back in the day. This is 1976. I was just a little kid, but what an amazing talent. Great ear, creative, funny, could do anything with his voice. Now, I listened to Al a lot in the 80s. That's where I kind of got to know him. And he's an amazing singer. I think he actually trained as a classical vocalist. I think I heard a recording of him. So he actually shapes live. You know, he does a lot with his mouth, but he's just really a genius. Very underrated in my opinion. He should be looked at as one of the greatest singers to me. That's he influenced me that way.
Take a little time out with me, baby, take 5. You thought you'd be busy day and take the time out to see that I'm alive. Well, though I'm going out of my way just so I can bet by you day. Not a single word do we say. It's a pantomime and out of time. Still I know my lies are for me. Half a tingles down to my feet. When your smile went too discreet, it's simply gone away. Now wouldn't it be better not to be so polite? Oh, you look good, all very alright. You start a little conversation now, it's alright when you're taking 5. Yeah. Anytime take time out with me, your mama take 5. You stop your busy day and take the time out to see that I'm alive. Oh, I'm going out of my way so I can bet my every day. Not a single word do we say. It's a pantomime and not a time. Still I know my lies are for me. Half the tingles down to my feet. When you're smiling with 2, the street is suddenly come away. Well, baby, just don't say I want to please. Do not stand. You could all but your head. Hugging and a tugging, it could be oh so grand when you take the grass. Just so fine, just so fine.
Okay, I'm just gonna pause. So much going on, but he is a master of doing that different shaping the vowel, getting that kind of more of a nasal sound. So lots of that going on with him. He was what I call a lyric baritone, which is basically kind of between tenor and baritone. So he can get that baritone sound, like doing this, you know, huge. I am so excited. I've been waiting to do this one because Al means so much to me. He was one of my models growing up in college.
Just take 5, baby, take 5. Come on, take 5.
Okay, I'm gonna make a comment before I forget. And for those of you guys that hate me taking breaks, to be honest, I won't remember. That's why I do it. And also because of copyright. So sorry to do that. I'm trying to make it most easy. But I want to comment the word 5. 5 is a diphthong. Both of them are diphthongs. Take 5. And so 5. So notice he's dropping to the ah vowel always. 5, not 5, like a lot of people will do. You know, he's just very trained, very skilled, very gifted, for sure.
Whisper to the girl. I keep on whispering to the girl. Now listen to the things that I whisper to the girl. Listen to the things that I whisper to her. 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 Whisper to her. Whisper say, would you take a little time, mama? I ask her, ooh, sweet thing. Could you take a little bit of time, baby? Could you take a little bit of time, mama? We can fool around, we can jump down, fool around, get around, we can get around. Who got the baby? Don't take it up, don't take it up, don't. If you like to, and if you like to, we can do anything. But won't you stop and take a little time out with me? Well, baby, take 5, just take 5. Won't you take a little time, girl? Won't you take 5 if you want to?
I'm recovering after that one. That was so amazing. And I think, like I said, I think I had the album that recording came, well, not recording, that arrangement came from. But seeing it live was something else because, you know, we didn't have these live videos on YouTube back in the day. We can only listen to recordings and that's about it. But yeah, what a talent. What an amazing man. Such an amazing voice and a great band. Huge band. Now this was 76. So 76 was really an experimental time in the music world. I think it's one of the more creative times because that band was so amazing. And that's when jazz kind of went into more like a jazz, what we call jazz fusion. So traditional jazz, when you think of Ella Fitzgerald and more of the big band swing, this was not swing. It was definitely had some rock elements from that time. And this was a cover of Paul Desmond with a Take 5, which happened, I think, in the 60s. And someone wrote lyrics to it. And unfortunately, I didn't research who wrote the lyrics. So I'm really sorry about that. But I can only do this around my teaching schedule. So Take 5 is very famous. It's been in a lot of movies. And it's so it is in 5. It says Take 5. So it's kind of a play on words because it is in the 5 beats. So you don't get that a lot. 5/4 is really unusual. It doesn't happen a lot. So you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or that's this version. There's sometimes it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has this uneven feel. Now that said, that band was amazing. Multiple key changes, tight arrangement, amazing. And also I wanted to talk, and I didn't stop the camera, is that again, Al would close his eyes. When he was in that scat section thinking about talking to the girl, you could see the eye close because he's tuning into, yeah, just give me 5 minutes. I just want to talk to you. I just want to talk to you. Such an amazing singer in every way. I mean, he was capable of so much. In fact, many of you guys don't know that Al Jarreau was the only he was the only singer that had a #1 album on the R&B charts and the jazz charts. That's crazy. That was, I think, in the 80s. And he was just such a prolific singer. He can sing anything. He can sing classical. He's kind of like a Floor Jansen. It's just anything he can do. He can sing the jazz. Now, this is what I call like more jazz fusion. We definitely had more instruments that lent itself more to not the traditional jazz. You had the keyboard sound, you know, the drummer. I love to see the hairstyles, the big beards, the afros. Al just looks like himself. He's one of those people that he never really changed his style too much. From the 70s, he looked pretty much the same in the 80s and 90s. He just kept that same image of himself. Still was an amazing singer. I just love him. He's just was one of my biggest inspirations in college, and that was when he maybe in his prime. I think this was kind of early, but that jazz fusion thing was really big in the 70s because they were exploring outside of just swing, which is ding 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 ding, but also more kind of contemporary sounds. Let's see, Chick Corea is another person that really explored in that area. Not a singer, but a keyboard player. But that was a really experimental time period. That was also where gosh, I can't think. Stevie Wonder was starting to write some of his iconic music. I really missed that era. Of course, I was too young to really be there at the time, but really, really enjoyed the music and just so compassionate, so much focus in him. And again, he was just getting started. Now, I think I remember hearing that he was an accountant. He lived in the Bay Area and he did music on the side, and then he finally went full on because what a talent, what a gift. Yeah. It's super fun. I know I'm fangirling, but yeah, he was a huge inspiration for me. And, you know, I'm a woman, and so I couldn't quite take it on, but I do respect that he was able to sing so much, and he was such a master of using his face to create all these different tones. Now notice when we had that improvisation section, it's kind of a bit of scat, like traditional scat, Scooby-Doo-Bop-Bop-Doo-Doo, that seems more old school, but again, he was exploring a bit more, and maybe you noticed, you might want to go back, that a lot of his improv was imitating instruments, imitating the drums, imitating trumpets or horns or bongo drums. So he kind of started that off. Now there's been some other recordings where he actually does a lot of what we call beatboxing. We call it beatboxing now, but mouth percussion. He kind of started doing a lot of that. He just kind of was out of the box, and that's what we love about him. So if you love Al Jarreau as much as I do, you should. Please let me know in the description below what other Al Jarreau songs I should look for. And I'd be happy to have any comments. And thanks for the likes, shares, and subscribes. Yay, Al! So first Al reaction. Okay. And also I want to let you know that I am still teaching online in 2011. Since 2011, I began taking lessons with people from my students. I know, can you see I'm still coming off this huge performance? I'm still excited about it. So let me change it again. I've been teaching online since 2011. And so if you're interested in lessons, you can go to my website, and that's at vocalsplendor.com. I've taught all kinds of singers, including jazz singers, because that was where I started. I started with a jazz singer, and I actually did a jazz scat in front of Dizzy Gillespie, but that's another story. Also, I want to let you know of my 2 free passion projects. The first one is called Creative Soul Alignment. It's a Facebook group, private Facebook group of people from all over the world that are interested in creativity and the arts, as well as spirituality. And it's a great group of people. It's lots of variety of all kinds of arts, not just singing. And then the next group is called YouTube Success Strategies, and that's where I'm coaching people on how to succeed on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for over 10 years. I have some secondary channels, and I have a system to help you succeed. All right, take care, and whew, I got to go into a lesson now after that. So thanks for the likes, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.